online transactional processing system. Online transactional. What is transactional? Transactional means which is going on, which is ongoing, which is live, which is working, which is functional or operational. Okay. Generally, the live system, the live application is called as transactional processing system. Okay. Here, the data is live. When we say live, how many months or days or years of data is stored in the system? Okay. So whenever we say OLTP, it's a database basically. Database means what? It is built on data model. Data model is built using normalization. Correct? So
Yeah.
where you have master table and child table concept. Correct? With foreign key, primary key, all the relationships. So basically this is database. Whenever we say database, it will not have the history data. I mean, not all the history data. It will have the history data of some time based on the business requirement, but not all the history data of business. Okay. So if you want, I'll just, you might definitely know about how your data warehouse works. Let's say you have a business, okay, and your business is across the locations. Okay. Your business is across the locations.
Yeah.
So here you are using one database. Let's say it is city, you go for Oracle database. In the towns, you go for one more database. In villages, you require less cost because the number of customers are very less. You don't want to invest much. You go for MS Access, which is part of your already employees toolkit. Correct? MS Office is compulsory for every employee, and you are not investing on any extra database. You go for MS Access as a number of customers in that particular area is less. Okay. And what you are doing is at the end of the day, you are going to integrate all this data from different systems and you are going to keep in one system, and you call the system as ODS. This also one database only. What is this ODS about is that's also operational data only, OLTP only. This is called as operational data store. All the operational data at one place. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know if you feel something you know and it is boring. Okay. Any point of time, if you feel bored, you'll please let me know. So this is operational data at one store. So here this operations data is prepared by pulling up, by extracting the data and getting loaded into this. If there are any transformations, this is done by ETL tools. It is not our work. Okay. Maybe as a data warehouse person, you might know that. Finally, if you want any report, let's say the business is very new business. If you want any report, you can get from either of the systems, either this or this based on your need, by writing some SQL procedures or SQL content, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now till here you are good. Now system is new, your business is new, you have very less data, less number of transactions. So this is working fine. But over a couple of years, the performance of your reports may go down, due to which your transactions, because your transactions are more. Your transactions are more means your customers are more. When customers are more, transactions will be definitely high. To overcome this, what you do is, or what generally architect does is, introduce a concept called as data warehouse. Correct?
Yeah.
Data warehouse is the one where you are going to store history data. What about here? You'll keep a business rule. If data is greater than 30 days, if data is greater than or equal to 30 days or 30 days, you move the data from here to here. Again, ETL jobs are developed to pull the data on a condition if data is greater than 30 days. Example, today is 8th February. So today it will get the data which is minus 30 days, means last month 8th data will be loaded here. Every day this is scheduled so that every day it will check any data which is greater than 30 days and it will load the data into data warehouse. So due to which your database performs better for the reports which are pointing to your database. Okay. But now For your data warehouse also, if you want to work with the older reports, your accounts statement, which is of last 2 years, you want account statement of last 2 years. When you are applying for a loan, they may ask your account statement of last 5 years also. So then you need to pull the data from data warehouse. Again, you write SQL and procedures or SQL queries, you get the data. Are you clear?
Yes.
So reports can point to your database or reports can point to your data warehouse. These systems are called as OLTP system. This system and this system are called as OLTP system. And this system is called as OLAP system or OLAP system. What is that? We'll see later. Still, later after a few years. Let's say this is 2 years. I said. Let's say 10 years after. After 10 years, you have, let's say, 100 plus reports are there where they are performing low. To overcome this, of course, you are pointing to data warehouse. Still, the performance of these reports are bad. To overcome this, what we do as an architect is we introduce a concept called as cube databases, multiple cube databases, having a slice of your data from data warehouse. And it's a multi-dimensional database so that the performance will be better. Okay. You can have one more cube also. It depends on the need. You can have multiple cube databases. Nothing wrong in it. It depends on the requirement. Okay. You connect to this. With the help of analytical tools, you develop these cubes. And from here also, you can get your reports. You know this?
Yes.
So here, analytical tools play the role like OBAEE, SSAS, MicroStrategy, such tools, which will get data from your data warehouse and load the data to Cube database. From Cube database, again, you use a reporting tool. Here also you can use reporting tool. Here also you are using reporting tool to get the data from your databases. So this is you do. Now reporting tool can be a reporting tool like a Crystal report or a Cognos report or SSRS, or it can be a Power BI or Tableau dashboarding tools. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes.
This process is called as data warehouse lifecycle or business intelligence lifecycle. Okay, and every team or being though you are a data warehouse resource, you may not work on all this cycle. You may work on ETL side, or you may work on the reporting side, or you may work on this area, or any combinations. Okay, having everything in one project is not so easy. It is divided into small projects to multiple teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now here cubes are called as OLAP cubes or OLAP databases. OLAP cube. And this OLAP is further divided into multiple types. OLAP is further divided into multiple types. MOLAP, ROLAP, HOLAP. You know all this?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but don't remember
Okay.
the
I'll
definition.
tell you how this works also if you want. How the background principle. What is the principle of working each type? Okay. Because it will be definitely part of your interview questions. OLAP and types of OLAPs are part of your interview questions generally. Okay, on the data warehouse side. Okay, so coming back here, you got the life cycle, you got the ODS. So here, basically, you are dealing with the transactional data. Okay, so whenever you say transactional data, it is ongoing data. So here, you store only the data of recent information, not everything. Okay, see here, OLAP system refers to database. It's a system where time sensitive transaction related data is processed immediately. Your requirement, your question is answered immediately, and always data is live data. Okay.
Yeah.
Example, let's say you are going to bank to deposit some amount. What you do? You start from your home, you reach the bank, you fill the form, you wait in the queue, and then you reach the teller. Once you reach the teller, you are going to give the form and some cash to deposit into your account. Okay. and it will take less than 2 minutes. They just check, enter, stamp, and give you the receipt, acknowledgement receipt, saying that money is deposited. Within a minute, you'll get SMS saying that so and so money got deposited. Yes or no?
Yeah.
How much time it has taken to deposit money into your account? It just taken less than 2 minutes. We cannot consider the time you started from your home. Once you have given the slip to your teller, from that time you have to count. It will be less than 2 minutes to complete a transaction. Yes or no?
Yes.
The same way you take withdrawing money from ATM, the same way you take booking a product from Amazon or Flipkart. Don't consider the amount of time you search for the product. You just consider the time. Just consider the time you have placed an order. Once you place an order, submitting that net banking option and completing the transaction, it will take less than 2 minutes to complete the transaction if you verified it or not earlier. Okay. So any transaction you say, it takes less than 2 minutes. Correct? That is called
Yeah.
as OLTP system. OLTP system, it is going to process your request immediately, and always the transactions are live transactions. Okay.
Yeah.
Example, I already gave a couple of examples. You consider any example that is going to be taking 2 minutes of time to complete the transaction. Okay, that is
Yeah.
OLTP system. Now coming to OLAP system. Okay, OLAP system, online analytical processing system. Online analytical processing system. What is this online analytical processing system? The name only says analytical. Analytical means you need to perform analysis. Analysis, analysis usually where we do on lot of values. When you have huge values of data, then you start analyzing. Correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? So
Yeah.
when you have huge volumes of data, then we need to do the analysis in order to understand it and to take some decision or present it. Okay.
અરે પણ સારા માટે છે ને કે ભાઈ તમને જોઈસ ના થાય વધારે તકલીફ થોડો પોઝિટિવ.
So OLAP, we need to do analysis. When you say analysis, it is going to take time. Correct?
Yes.
It is going to take time. When you take time, when it takes time, the results are delayed. Okay, to make this faster, we are following these approaches. So not only these approaches, whenever you follow any approach, definitely it will take time. Example, you need last 10 years transaction from your bank statement. Okay, of your bank statement from your bank. You don't have an option to get it online. What you need to do? You need to consult bank. When you consult bank, what they do? Call customer. You are going to call the customer care. You are going to raise a request. Yes.
Yes.
When you raise a request, what happens? They take your details, okay, and they say it will take 5 working days to deliver. Why 5 working days to deliver a statement of mine? Because the ticket who has been created will be given to some other person who will review and assigned to some other person who will work. And once the work is done, the work has to be queried across all the customers, across all the branches, and retrieve only your data from whole warehouse of last 10 years. And then once the report is prepared, it has to be given to a person who will review. And once it is reviewed, he'll give to some person who will be mailing you. Okay.
Yeah.
So this process will take, let's say, 2-3 days, and your retrieval of data also takes some hours. Okay. So to be on safe side, because you not only you are requesting, there are many people have multiple requests across with the data with the backend team where they have to consider all that. So your sequence, though it takes two to 3 days of time, but your turn comes before other people's turn is done, correct? To
Yeah.
be on safe side, the system says 5 working days, even though it is taking 2 days. But 2 days is also not immediate. It is taking time to get your result. Yes or no?
Yes.
Any system which takes time to respond your request more than hours or minutes, then it is OLAP system. Okay. See here, what is the purpose of doing analysis? To make better decisions. Okay. Software that allows user to interact with a very large online system and request and receive response practically in a desired format. Okay. Or in a report, whatever the way style you want. This will take a lot of time. Okay. Here, if you want to take a decision, I'll just mute yourself. You can mute yourself. Let's say if you want to take a decision based on a news, what you do, you are going to do R&D and then take a decision. So if you know about trading, you are simply not going to buy something based on someone words. You are going to do some R&D, correct? Not only that, if you want to buy any product today, if you want to buy a mobile, you are going to take a lot of time to decide. It is not simply you just go and click. You are going to understand what are the features, what are the versions, what are the models, what are the companies, what are the brands, reliable, durability, cost. All these things you are going to analyze and go for a decision making. So this all analysis takes time. This all analysis takes time. Okay. If you work with warehouse, if you work with historical data, which is going to complete in hours or days, okay, that system is called as OLAP system. Okay, are you clear?
Yes.
Okay, you can take any example. I told couple of examples. So these are all time taking systems. That's why it is called as OLAP systems. So before stepping into the next step, which is not part of this, that's the reason actually I have drawn this. This OLAP is categorized into 3 types, that is MOLAP, ROLAP, MOLAP, ROLAP, HOLAP. MOLAP is called as multi-dimensional OLAP, ROLAP called as a relational OLAP, and HOLAP called as hierarchical OLAP. Okay, what are this? We'll discuss today because these are not part of notes. When the concept of OLAP came, when introduced with warehouse, the concept of OLAP came. So, and then you are introducing this concept, cube database. So when you introduce concept of cube, okay, how it works, I'm going to say. So let's say this is your analytical tool like OBAW or SSAS. This is your analytical tool. This is your data warehouse. This is your cube database. Okay. So what is the use of coming to cube is to improve the performance of your data reading in the reports. Then so here whenever you say here data is getting from here to here, because data warehouse source is, sorry, cube source is data warehouse, so it has to read the data from here, it has to load the data to here, and from there you'll get the report. Okay, so now what is the type of OLAP you selected for this approach? OLAP approach, whether it is MOLAP or ROLAP. HOLAP we don't use, that's a hybrid OLAP, mix of both features. So what is MOLAP, ROLAP, what are the rules? If we see, then we get to know which to use. Let's say when I say MOLAP, what happens? Let's say this is MOLAP. Whenever I say MOLAP, the system is of MOLAP, it will read the data from here, it will load the data to here, it will create the indexes, it will create the aggregations on top of the cube, so that you'll get the better performance. Okay, I type it here. Please stop me if you don't understand or if you feel again this is out of the content. Basically, as you said interviews, I'm giving all this. Okay, actually this I don't cover usually. Okay, one is read data from data warehouse or underlying database, load data to cube database, creates aggregations. There is a concept called as process that will do this. Okay, create aggregations at cube database level, create aggregations and indexes at cube database level in order to get the better performance. What are the advantages is you get high performance or better performance in reading your data from the cube. Disadvantage is not live data. Okay, so here there is a step called as process. There is a process option as a process click. Whenever you click on this process button at your analytical tool, okay, it is going to do this job and then load. If you don't click this process, if you don't process your data, this 1 2 3 steps are not executed. 1 2 3 4 steps are not executed. Okay, so you don't get the live data, it is old data only. That is one disadvantage with MOLAP. What is next one is ROLAP. What is ROLAP? Just a second. Just a second, I need to plug the charger.
Hello, Venkat. You're on mute or? I'm not able to hear you.
Now able to hear me?
Yes.
Now? Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat it, no problem. So ROLAP, okay. Okay, ROLAP. RLF, what it will do is it is going to read the data from data warehouse. Okay, it is going to read the data from data warehouse. It is going to load only the structure, not the data. It is going to load the structure. So here we are going to design the model. We are going to design the cube model, not the dimension model. We are going to design the cube model. What are the tables are going to come accordingly based on the model? What required tables are required, structure required from this underlying data source, it is going to move. Only structure is moved, not data. And it is going to create the indexes on the relational database, that is data warehouse. This is also relational only, right, basically. And it is going to create the indexes and aggregations which are required at your relational level, which it is going to design at relational level. Okay, now what are the advantages and disadvantages? Let us see. So what happens here is in the MOLAP, okay, in the back to MOLAP, Here, whenever we request data from the cube, we write MDX expressions, multi-dimensional expressions. Okay, we write MDX expressions. Because this is already multi-dimensional data, it is going to read the data and give the data to you based on your input. Okay. Now coming back to ROLAP, you have given one requirement. Okay, I want some data. You are giving in MDX format. The data is not here. Only structure is here in the multi-dimensional format. So it is going to read your data and send that request to underlying database. And then accordingly here before sending it is going to convert your MDX format to SQL format and send that request to data warehouse. Here your request is processed and you are going to get data. You are going to get data in the two-dimensional format, and once it comes it is going to convert to multi-dimensional format and it is going to present to you. Okay, so here your multi-dimensional format to two-dimensional format, two-dimensional format to multi-dimensional format. This conversion and from relational to relational format, it has to display here. Okay, query conversion, data conversion, text out of type on top of the traffic. This is somewhere, this is somewhere, let's say, or even in the same server also, it is going to take time to get you the data. Yes or no? You got the point?
Yeah.
Okay. So because of that, it performs. What are the points here? When we have a process option, whenever we click on process, what it is going to do? It reads data from data warehouse, loads only structure or copies only structure to cube database, indexes and aggregations are created at data warehouse level. Okay, due to which, what are the advantages? It is live, always you get the live data. Okay, advantage is live data, but the problem is performance issues. So because of the performance issues only we are coming to cube database. If you are having those still performance issues, what is the use of coming here? Client does not wait for you to get such time to pull and give in the report. Client won't wait. So what is the solution? Solution is go with OLAP, but it is not live. Don't worry. This process option, do it on your intervals on daily basis or not 12 hours basis or hourly basis based on the need. You can refresh, so you can schedule this, not a manual one. You can even schedule this option so that every 2 hours, every 3 hours you can schedule. It keeps pulling the live data and keep in your cube database. So such how you can, in that way you can get the latest data and best performance output. Are you clear with this?
Yes.
For sure, it is going to be interview question, MLAP, ROLAP. Usually, it is an interview question for any data warehouse resource. So you can make note of steps. If you have any questions now or later, please ask me. Any other questions till now?
No.
Okay, so you know about OLAP, OLTP, ODS, RLAP, and even the life cycle data warehouse or business intelligence life cycle, correct?
Yeah.
So you can go through here. OLTP is explained, OLTP and OLTP both explained, and life cycle thing. You asked about the notes, you remember?
Yeah.
Today I share the notes. Okay, today I'll share the notes. So this is about intro part. Okay, now I need to cover some normalization concepts. Shall I go with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, now we discussed about yesterday forward approach. Forward approach means designing your data model from scratch if you got requirement, correct?
Yes.
Designing your data model from scratch, you know that. But let's
Yeah.
say if you have a data model already, or if you have a database existing already, you have a project already running, and if you want to do some changes to it, how? Just think, you have a house already. What is the approach? See, you have a house and you need some changes to the house, correct? That is a requirement. Already you have a house, you need some changes to the house. So what you do, you are going to identify the changes. So when you identify the changes, there are two things. Point number one, when you go to the civil architect, do you have already blueprint? Yes or no? The first
Yeah.
question civil architect is going to ask is, do you have already existing blueprint? Yes, sir. Then give that. He will take that. He'll make a copy. He'll do the modifications on top of it. Okay. Point number two. Answer is no. Answer is no. Then he comes to your house. Okay. He comes to your house, take the measurements, and then prepare a blueprint. First he is going to prepare the blueprint for the existing house. Then he'll take another copy of that and then do the changes based on your requirement. Alteration requirements. Okay, agree with me?
Yes.
So this is a technical way I'm saying. Okay, generally you may go with your approach. Generally is we consult a civil architect. He takes the blueprint as a source, and what is there, what is required, he is going to measure fits or not fits. Whether it fits, whether it is going to exact fit or it is going to again compromising in the requirements, he is going to do that analysis and get you a blueprint. Okay, when you say there is no blueprint, he has to come to your house, he has to take the measurements of the existing house, then consider your requirements and then suggest the alterations to the existing blueprint. He is going to give the latest blueprint. Accordingly, you can go with the construction team to alter your house, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, next, coming to database. So I told this is a house, this is an approach. Coming to database, what will be the approach? So let's say you have a database. What is the approach? Already there is a database which is in the market or which is running. Your project is already running. What is your approach for this? Same steps. First, let's say this project came from company X to me. Okay. Earlier, the client was with X company, and they gave it that what is that called? Agreement is completed, and then bid happened, and it came to my company. So in this cycle, there are some performance issues, or there are some other issues which led to the database model changes. So then, what is the first thing architect do is, do you have the data model for the existing database? First question. Same like how. If answer is yes, take it, open using data modeling tools. Okay, design the add-ons. Okay, design the add-ons and create a new database. So there are, let's say you have added some 20 tables in the new design. So then ask the developers to take the 20 tables only script, generate that script, for those 20 tables, or while generating only you can select those script and you can give that script to them, okay, to create that in the new database. But whenever you go to new already existing system means it is very difficult, okay. You should not disturb, you have to copy the existing system database and you need to take out the new 10 tables which you prepared along with the existing, and you need to fit it. When you do fitting, there are changes to the existing tables also, so you have to ensure that there is no any changes or there is no any problem to the existing database. For that, what you need to do, you need to tell the developer this table is getting extended with 4 more columns. This 4 more columns data to be populated based on some transformation logic, you need to consult with business analyst. So they will give all this no required documents to prepare and load it. Once this is tested successfully in dev test environments or whatever other environments, then it will be released into the production. You got me right?
Yes.
Okay, you know all those steps. So only here is you are adding additional tables, additional procs, additional scripts to existing database. Okay, next, if there is data model, this is approach, else no data model existing, because this is a project which is running from last 10 years and this is coming from different company, and we have upgraded in between from SQL Server 8 to SQL Server 2014, and I don't have the data model also. What to do? Existing database, no problem. Again use data modeling tool, generate, not create, generate data model for the existing database, okay, and follow step 1. That's all. Okay, got it?
Yes.
You are going to generate the data model. No, this is not see, this is not going to time take. This step whatever I told looks maybe something big, but actually this is very easy. The 2 steps are very easy. If it is already existing, of course adding on will be difficult, we need to do a lot of analysis. But getting the data model, initial data model which is existing system, even though it is not there, you can get it easily from the tools. Okay, this approach whatever we are discussing is called as reverse engineering approach. Yesterday whatever we discussed is a forward engineering approach. Whatever we discuss now is a reverse engineering approach. We are going to see this approach also. Once create a data model, if you need any changes, what you are going to do. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is explained here actually. Yeah, forward engineer, it's also called as the top down approach, or reverse engineer called as bottom approach. When we have an existing model and a database, then we do changes to the existing model with the given requirements. When we don't have existing data model but we have database, then we need to extract the model from the existing database using the Erwin tool or ER model tool, and then do the remodel. Okay, same things I told here.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions till now?
No.
Okay, shall I continue or shall I stop?
Yeah, as you wish. You have time, you can continue.
Okay, so we'll continue. Let me continue for a few more minutes. Okay, so next information, this thing, then constraints we need to start. Okay, I'll discuss about, because you know this, I'll do very fastly. Okay, just kind of a refresh or brushing up your knowledge, you take care. Okay, you take like that. So data integrity constraints are very much important in order to implement our business rules into system. So why we require these business rules to implement these things? Okay, because to reduce the developer's time. Okay, forget about now you are a data modeler, just you are a developer now. To reduce a lot of work of data based developer, this is required. Example, this integrity constraints are categorized into 3. Okay, entity, domain and referential. Example I am going to tell you. Entity integrity means primary key. Under entity integrity you get primary key and unique constraint. Okay, What is primary key? Primary key usually is used to identify your rows in a table, correct?
Yeah.
In order to identify your row in a table, we require primary key. That's what employee ID, customer ID, location ID, all those things. Okay, and this ID should not be repeated. Generally, business requirement is there should be a column which is used to identify a row, and that column should not have duplicate values because it is identifier, and that column should not have null values also. This is a requirement. For that, what we have to do? If there is no primary key, we have to write a program, correct? We have to
Yeah.
write a program. It could be any language you say, or is equal also. You need to write a procedure to ensure this table does not allow null values in that particular column. This table does not allow duplicates in that particular column. Okay. So when you write for that particular table, the same requirement is given for multiple tables. Yes or no? The
Yes.
same rule, same business rule for employee, same rule for customer, same rule for location, same rule for X, Y, Z. So when you need to write different program, same program, similar program for multiple tables, and you have to store that table, kind of a trigger, which works behind the screen for each and every table. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So every table you have to write this and store that. And whenever you are creating this script in other database, you have to give that script also. So tedious task, right? Writing that is tedious task. Maintaining is different thing. Okay. Writing for each and every table is tedious task. To overcome this, and this is a very common business requirement that what identified from your softwares RDBMS, they have given a concept called as primary key constraint, where it won't allow null values, where it won't allow duplicates, and it is used to identify the entire row. And the primary key can be created only one primary key can be created in a table, and this primary key can be created on a column, that is a primary key. If it is created on set of columns, it can be created on set of columns also, that is called as composite key or composite primary key. Or do you know this?
Yeah.
And by default it won't allow null values. Primary key does not allow null values. Null value means we don't know, it is unknown value. Null is not equal to 0, null is not equal to space. Null is not equal to null. When you compare null, we say null is null, correct? Use keyword is when you are comparing null values. So usually when we say unknown means null. What is your name? If you say I don't know, that is null. Generally it is not. We make the names are mandatory. Email IDs, mobile numbers, these are mandatory, means you cannot pass null value. We cannot say I don't know. Agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, coming to unique. Unique means the name only says does not allow duplicates, but unique means it allows any value for one time including null value. It allows any value for one time including null value. And this is in a table you can have multiple unique constraints like email ID, mobile number, PAN, Aadhaar, SSN, passport. Such columns are possible to which has unique values. Each and every person can have only one as such. Okay, such columns we have to define as unique because primary key we cannot create. Agree with me?
Yes.
Because you know this, I am doing fast. Aniket, let me know if you feel not
Okay.
comfortable. I'll go slow. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
no objections on it. Okay, next. Unique, you can have multiple constraints, I mean multiple columns with unique constraints. That's about primary key and unique. So these are helping you to save a lot of time to implement the business rules, correct? Else for mobile number you have to write one more program. For passport you have to write one more program. Means for 10 columns which are similar to that, you have to write 10 types of programs to not allow unique duplicates, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So next is domain integrity. I'll stop here. We'll see domain integrity, referential integrity tomorrow. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm not
Okay.
going to show you these practicals because you know you are a SQL and data warehouse resource, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want me to show practically? Let me know if you want to.
No. No. Not this. Not required.
Yeah. So these are all like brushing up. Okay, nothing serious on the modeling thing.
Mhm.
As these are required to be a modeler. Tomorrow when the tool whenever I say this is a primary key, you should have okay. I know this. At least we discuss in the session.